Hello, literature lovers. Today I want to discuss Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller, and the questions are given here. And you will not only find MCQ questions in here, but also you will find the short answer type questions. If there is any difficulty or some error, please let me know. I'll try to help you. The play is 1949 published, and it's also won Pulitzer Prize for Drama, Tony Award, and my personal favorite too. The play was premiered on Broadway in February 1949, and it ran for 742 performances. So you can see it is considered by some critics one of the greatest plays of 20th century. And I personally adore this one, and how the difficult situations can lead to difficult life and how we are there. The subject is the waning days of a failing salesman. The genre here is tragedy. The setting is also special, talking about the late 40s and the Willie Loman's house in New York. And character names include Willie Loman, Linda Loman, Biff Loman, Happy Loman, Ben Loman. So low man, LOW. So that you can symbolize with that. Okay, that their life is quite low, how they are there, how they envy the other characters and the plot and the themes, and including the reality, what reality is, what the illusion is. That of a salesman, uses the flashbacks to present Willie's memory during the reality. And the illusion not only suggests the past, but also presents the lost pastoral life. And Willie has dreamed of success his whole life and makes up lies around about his and Biff's success, his son. And the more he indulges in the illusion, the harder it is for him to face reality. So that is the case of so many parents and so many students also, that they try to achieve something, they think about getting something, and especially Will Loman, his will is there, he is trying to be a successful salesman, but and title suggests that it is the death of the salesman. So eventually we will find out that he will face the death, but some kind of strange, the situation is how they are facing it in all the situation, and the characters have their own dream. Willie believes that the key to success is being well liked, and his frequent flags show that he measures happiness in terms of wealth and popularity. So that is also some kind of illusion which can be smashed quite easily. That wealth and popularity is not the barometer of success. In fact, the success can be in different types for different person. One analyst of the play writes that society tries to teach that if people are rich and well liked, they will be happy. That's one of the illusion that I personally not admit with, and that is your point of view of thinking. Nobody can force you, but the society thinks like that, and that is the barometer which is to be followed. And Willie is there to follow it. He is not the thinker, he is the follower. And because of this, Willie thought that money would make him happy. He never bothered to try to be happy with what he had. That's what the point of view should be. That is a great point of view if you try to. Willie also believes that to attain success, one must have a suitable personality. And according to the analyst, he believes that salesmanship is based on sterling traits of character and pleasing personality. So that portion of his professional life is also somehow inculcating in him and talking about him. But he does not have the requisite sterling traits of a character. People simply do not like him as much as they think is necessary for success. So the story is quite simple, but that deep meaning inside it that really marks, and it is so much to learn from this play, not only for children, for young people, and also for parents, that how things are. Another character Uncle Ben, who symbolizes another kind of success. It's somewhat the great American dream for Willie to catch opportunity, to conquer nature, to gain a fortune. And his mantra goes, why boys, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle, and when I was 21, I walked out. And he laughs, and by God, I was rich. You know, just like, when I started, had nothing, and now I am successful. And by way of personality, by working hard, that is, and now I'm rich. If you are rich and you are successful, that parameter is quite blurry, but we just talked about it here. And another thing is Biff. And after seeing his father's real identity, Biff does not follow his father's dream. Because he knows that, as two analysts put it, Willie does see his future, but in a blind way. It is, meaning that he can and cannot see at the same time. Since his way of seeing or visualizing the future is completely wrong. So you can see there are two opposite sides, and these two things cannot go side by side. It's impossible for them. And that is what he is saying, that how can I think the other characters like Charlie and Bernard, and one thing that is apparent from that of the salesman is the hard work and dedication of Charlie Bernard. That us get us because Willie criticizes Charlie and Bernard throughout the play, but it is not because he hates them. Rather, it argued that he is envious of the successes they have enjoyed, and which is outside his standards. So, although the success itself is a somewhat very different for other people. The models of business success provided in the play all argue against Willie's personality theory. And one in Charlie and Willie's neighbor and apparently only friend, Charlie has no time for Willie's theories of business, but he provides his family and is a position to offer Willie do nothing job to keep him bringing home a salary, talking about how this play was, and in fact, starting with United States, first opened in February 10th, it reached a great success, and throughout it, in fact, uh, John Gassner wrote that it is ecstatic reception against that of a salesman, and has been reverberating for some time. And wherever there is an ear for theater, and it is undoubtedly the best American play since A Streetcar Named Desire. So this, I personally really admit the fact that it is a great play, and no doubtedly that we must admire this one. So great. If you start reading it, you find it so interesting. Storyline touches everybody's heart, and I personally, adore this play. In fact, in India also, in many other countries, it was greatly admired. In India, in compared to Tennessee Williams and Beckett, Arthur Miller and his Death of a Salesman was less influential. Rajendra Paul said that Holden Salesman has only an indirect influence on Indian theatre practitioner. However, it was translated and produced in Bengali theatre and by the theatre group, and director was the Firoz Khan. And in Hindi, it was called Salesman Ramlal, which was played by Satish Kaushik. In China, also, it was welcomed, and Arthur Miller directed the play himself. So you can see so many countries got so many recognition, and it was really adapted it also in many movies starting in 1951, 60s, and 61, 68, and 66. BBC also, and the BBC version is something which I personally like because they write it, make it quite clearly. 1966, BBC did it, and the version is quite good. So many countries received it in so many different ways, and it was praised. Tony Award was also given to it, and the New York Drama Critics Circle Award was also given to it. So, and different productions also made it in different ways. It's very special work, criticize and all there is the answer key is also given, so you can find it. It's not so something that is being hidden. I hope you will definitely like this one. So good, and I almost read it so many times. And Arthur Miller had such a great life. He was able to stretch it all in different aspects. This is all the MCQs and will definitely help you in enhancing your knowledge. I hope you will like it and adore it just like I do. Thanks for being part of it. Thank you.